Hello, I'm Molly Stanberry, and welcome to MacMost, the video podcast that shows you how to get the most from your Mac, iPod, Apple TV, and iPhone. Each week, we'll be bringing you news, tips, tutorials, and fun, but it doesn't stop with this podcast. Visit MacMost.com for daily news updates and more tips. You can also vote for the news stories there and help us choose the content in our podcast. This week in Mac News, Apple shipped Apple TV. It's available in Apple stores and online. Apple TV promises to bring movies, music, and TV shows, as well as podcasts to your television. Now you can watch this podcast on your widescreen TV. How cool is that? Do you ever wish you could combine the convenience of the Apple Mail application and the powerful features of Google Gmail? Check out the beta shareware application called MailPlane. It will bring Gmail to the Mac desktop. Wilkes University in Pennsylvania announced that the school is going 100% Mac for all of its new computers. The ability of Macs to use the Windows operating system make PCs redundant, say university officials. The IT department expects to save more than $150,000 while letting students and faculty continue to run Windows applications. Have you ever wanted to take a screenshot of only a portion of your Mac's desktop? It's easy. Simply press Command-Shift-4. You will now have a crosshair cursor that you can click, hold, and drag around the area that you want to take a picture of. When you release the mouse button, you will snap a picture that will appear on your desktop. Do you play Texas Hold'em on your 5th generation iPod? It's one of the many great games you can download from the iTunes Music Store. Did you know that there are hidden cheat codes? For example, if you want to play against dogs instead of human opponents, go to the Options menu, select New Player, and enter the code PLAYDOGS. Now, press and hold the center button until you see the word Secret, and you're ready to kick Fido's butt. For more cheat codes, check out the iPod cheat code article at MacMost.com. Podcasts are great, but sometimes finding recent episodes on your iPod can be frustrating. Today I have Gary with me, who is going to show us how to make a playlist of your favorite podcasts.
Hi, I'm Gary from MacMost.com, and today I'm going to show you how to make a smart playlist for your iPod that will make finding your most recent podcast episodes a snap while listening on your iPod, perhaps driving in your car. So I've done this because it's very useful for me in my commute to be able to quickly find what podcasts I just downloaded that morning. And you can see I've got a lot of podcasts here. So I want to easily be able to find these while driving. What I'll do to do that is create a smart playlist. A smart playlist allows you to basically have your iTunes build a playlist constantly as you update iTunes based on some criteria. So first thing we have to do is give it some rules. So I'm going to say that this playlist, it's all going to be podcasts. And I'm also going to add the rule that the kind of file needs to contain the word audio. So it'll be audio podcasts. Going to limit it to 25 items to make it easy to find things, and then sort by recently added. So this will create a smart playlist that has podcasts that are audio, 25 of them, sort by most recently added. I'll add that there, and then I'm going to name it Recent Podcasts. And now that I've got that there in my iTunes, I can view it and I can see that it is indeed about 25 podcasts and sorted by recently added. So it's all the most recent stuff. All I need to do to get them to my iPod is drag it to my iPod, and if I look in my playlist on my iPod, I can see that it is there and it's the same playlist. Now this will automatically update. Every time I sync my iPod, I'll automatically get that as a playlist just added. So all I need to do to keep this updated is to basically download my podcast as usual, sync my iPod, and automatically this playlist will sync with it. And then to play it back, all I need to do in my iPod is go to Music and look at Playlists. Playlists, there'll be one called Recent Podcasts, because that's what I named it. And then I can see the 25 most recently downloaded audio podcasts. Then all I need to do when on a long drive is just basically start at the beginning of the playlist and let it play through each one. or I can quickly go to the most recent one. I listen to a news podcast every morning and some tech podcasts that update daily. So it's great to be able to just start my day off and quickly find these podcasts on my iPod and listen to them on the way into work. And that's how you create a smart playlist with your most recent podcast episodes.
Thanks, Gary. Many Windows users use Internet Explorer to work with FTP files. This is a lot easier than downloading and installing an FTP client. Did you know that you can use Safari on your Mac to do the same thing? Here's Eve to show us how.
Hello, I'm Eve from MacMost.com. I'm here today to show you how to use Safari to FTP to your server. It's important to note that this didn't used to work with Safari, but I'm using Mac OS X version 10.4.9 and Safari version 2.0.4. First, in an open Safari window, replace the current address in the address bar with FTP : your username : your password, the @ symbol, and your domain. Press return. Your computer will begin to connect to the server. When connected, a Finder window will open. You can open folders and drag and drop files to and from your server and computer, just as you would with any Finder window. And that's how you use Safari to FTP files to your server. Thanks for watching. This is Eve for MacMost.com.
In this segment, we'll answer your questions about how to get the most from your Mac, iPod, Apple TV, or iPhone. Since this is our first episode, we thought we'd answer the question of where to send your questions. You can send your questions to questions@macmost.com. Go figure. Many of you might watch our sister podcast called Podcast Salad, where we feature the very best video podcasts. We thought we'd take the time to introduce you to some podcasts here as well. If you're into the latest geek gadgetry, then you owe it to yourself to check out the GeekBrief TV podcast hosted by our friend, Callie Lewis. In this episode, she shows us an Air Mouse presenter.
Gyration is a company that integrates low-cost dual-axis miniature gyroscopes into mice and remote controls. The first thought I had when I played with a Wiimote was that I wish I could use it to control our media PC. The Gyration essentially does that, assuming there's no Linux incompatibility. I don't think that'll be a problem. It uses RF and has a 100-foot range, although I don't think I could accurately click from 100 feet away. Be like...
Also, don't forget to check out my other video podcast called Women of Warcraft at womenofwarcraftpodcast.com. MacMost Loot is our contest segment where we come up with an Apple-related question or challenge and send a randomly drawn winner a prize. This week's challenge is, what on earth is a dog cow? Send your answers to loot@macmost.com. Thanks for watching the MacMost video podcast. If you want to contact us, if you have an Apple-related product you'd like us to review, or if you would like to sponsor an episode of MacMost, you can email us at videopodcast@macmost.com. Be sure to visit our website for the latest news and to vote on the stories you think are the most interesting. We'll also be posting tutorials and tips to our site throughout the week. This is Molly Stanberry for MacMost. See you next week.
What am I supposed to be doing while she's saying?
Looking at her, looking at the camera.
Oh, really? Not me?
I have Gary. My character, but so nice.